Slate.
This is what I think 90th Oscars take one.
3, 2, 1.
Today we're going to discuss what we think about the 90th Oscars. Recording from Atlanta, it's This Is What I Think.
Hey.
Hey.
You see, we have to be very elegant today because
Elegante.
it's the
Por favor.
Oscars episode, definitely. So,
Hi, I'm Jude Timothy Harris.
and hello, I'm Donny Sadler. So, Jude, why don't you tell me about your week?
My week was pretty great. I had a good week. I kept busy, and my week was pretty great. First of all, it was great. And I kept busy, and then it was great on top of being great. I filmed an opioid awareness project where I got thrown in handcuffs and sentenced to 10 years in prison. So it's pretty lit. Got detained
Very
twice.
2 times.
Yeah, Donnie, how was your week?
My week was pretty good as well. I must bring up, it's been a little while, but the party that you had last time, that was a very nice party, I must say.
Thank you.
Good food. We played Manhunt
And people got lost.
yeah. No, I was very stealthy. I was a stealthy kid. And then also...
Not stealthy.
What do you mean? I almost was the last person, and then Aiden
And then
happened.
Aiden got lost and was
basically.
alone for 2 hours.
Basically. And
Sorry,
then
Aiden.
I went to Vulcan, which is a place where they blow up rocks. Explosions. It's Michael Bay every Tuesday and Thursday.
Every Tuesday, they blow up rocks.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
They don't even use dynamite anymore. They use nitrogen.
Nitrogen?
Yeah, they use that hydrogen.
Hydrogen and helium.
And they do it
lithium,
wirelessly.
beryllium,
It's pretty
boron,
crazy.
Carbon. No, it's pretty
I don't know the
It
elements
sounds
that well.
Oh, I don't either.
One final thing I'd like to add. I did do my promposal, and it went very, very well. Thank you.
Good job, man.
And so...
Where at? Tell us where.
It was at Starbucks.
Starbucks.
It was her favorite place,
That's
and
what's
that's where I surprised her, and it went very well. She said yes, by the way.
Nice.
All right, so why don't we get into our top things?
Top three things.
Yeah, the top things. All right, so I'm going to start off. We both went to go see Black Panther.
Together.
Yes, and it was a great movie as well.
was.
We're seeing lots of good movies. We saw 1570 Parents, and now we got to see Black Panther. And
Yeah, and we saw
All the-
Thor Ragnarok before the show was even a thing.
wow,
Yeah,
that's pretty crazy.
that's pretty crazy.
And then also more recently, I went to go see Coco, which I didn't see with him, but he saw it before. And
Yeah.
Coco won not only the best animated feature Oscar, but also won the best original song.
Mm-hmm.
Remember Me.
Remember me. Dun, 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 dun. Remember me. It was a pretty good. It
Was
movie.
like it was. A lot of people thought it was gonna be like Book of Life.
Yeah,
Like,
I was.
no, it wasn't.
I was thoroughly impressed. It was really good. Yeah.
I kind of prefer it better than Book of Life, but maybe
Yeah.
that's just because it was Pixar. It's Disney.
Book of Life was just kind of creepy, though. I mean, straight up. But speaking of Black Panther made $506.4 million within 18 days. And to put that into perspective, Rogue One made $26 million.
Jeez.
Yeah.
How much did Last Jedi make? We not know that?
I don't know.
We don't know that.
I
We
don't
should know that. But
I should figure that out.
that's a lot
That's
for a
a
movie
lot.
that just came out. The one thing we just have to see what comes out between this Oscars and the next Oscars, because so far it looks like Black Panther's doing a lot, but hey, like Last Jedi was pretty hyped up, and it wasn't even, I don't know if it won anything. Sad.
A lot of action movies don't get Oscars.
I know, it's sad.
But The Shape of Water won.
The Shape of Water did win, and Guillermo del Toro got the best director.
Right.
So, we're going to talk, speaking of the European, a Dutch car company created a flying car. And I know, yes. I know it's not really, something out of ordinary. I mean, it is... Nice.
Hello? Hello? Hi, welcome to our talk show. You're live on the air right now. Is there anything you'd like to say?
It's ended.
They ended.
They ended.
Look at that.
Well.
Well,
So a Dutch car. Not only was it just like a flying car, like we've seen a couple of flying cars.
I'm sorry.
I know.
That was so weird.
It was kind of weird. We'll do that, folks. We do that. If somebody does call, we're gonna have our live interview. Make the show run a little long, I guess.
Yeah.
But you can actually buy this car.
Really?
Yes,
How much?
$600,000.
Wow.
I know. I mean, it's not as like it's expensive, but like it's not crazy expensive. But yeah, it's still expensive.
Yeah,
it's still expensive.
It's pretty expensive. It's pretty crazy.
It is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So you go ahead.
Yeah,
My
so
girl.
throwback to the Olympics, which is sadly over for the time being.
Hooray! No more Olympics episodes. I know you guys were like totally like, oh, not another one about the Olympics.
Sean, wait,
It's
what?
over now. Once
Yeah.
he finishes this, unless something crazy happens, I think the Olympics will not be of discussion until 2 years from now.
Yeah, when the summer happens.
Summer.
But yeah, in honor of International Women's Day, Chloe Kim got a Barbie doll made after her.
Crazy.
So there's a Chloe Kim Barbie doll now.
There's a I think it's around 8, 9, or 10 figures that they made. I did
There's like
I did
10,
see that.
I
yeah,
think.
there's
Yeah.
there's a bunch of people that they made
Mhm.
for. But that's pretty cool, I must
Yeah.
say.
Just got a
Now,
little
me being a
snowball.
guy, it's not like one of my dreams to be
Really?
made into a Barbie.
It's my dream to be made into a Barbie doll. You know how much money you'd make, dude?
How much money? I'd rather become a G.I. Joe figure. Who still plays with those? Raise your hand, not me.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know?
Nope. I know what a Barbie doll is.
80s, my good friend, the 80s or 90s.
G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe.
I've heard of it.
All right, well, speaking of Oscars, we're just going to be talking about the Oscars mostly the entire episode.
Mhm.
But I went to Los Angeles 2-3 years ago.
Cool.
And I went to the Dolby Theater, which is where they hold the Oscars, and they had a bunch of, like, they had all the chairs there, of course, but a couple of the chairs had the pictures of who was sitting there during the Oscars, and I got to take a seat right next to then Best Actor winner Leonardo DiCaprio when he won it for The Revenant.
Yeah.
I was so happy when he did win it.
Oh,
because he had been waiting for that. He had it for Titanic. He had it for
Every movie he's
yeah,
ever
like
done.
almost every movie he would have been nominated, but somebody else won it out before him, and now he finally got that Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
It's been
Just
interesting.
one.
Just one. I haven't seen him anything else recently. I think he's
Yeah.
taking a break, acting break.
Yeah. That's pretty
But-
sad.
Why don't you got another Oscar topic that's
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
Frances McDormand's Oscar was stolen.
It's not just like any normal Oscar. It's
It
the
was
best
the best actress in a feature film. It was stolen, and this guy was smart enough to go to an after party after the Oscars and record himself with the Oscar.
That's not really smart. That's kind of you recorded yourself. Did he post it? Because if he posted
Yeah, he
it,
posted it on
He
Facebook.
Really?
Yeah. And then they arrested him.
I wonder how they
charged him with Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Oscar.
Right. Grand Theft Oscar. No, but he got sentenced to 2 years in prison and a 20 was it 2 years? Yeah.
It was around
2
that.
years.
It was around that.
$20,000 bail.
Don't steal Oscars, folks. Don't
that,
do it.
Especially from Frances. She's actually insane.
I don't really think that.
No. She's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
All right, so let's get to sports. I know you've got coming up in sports for what you're going to be doing, but I'd like to talk about a pretty inspiring story that's come out. So over the weekend, we had the NFL Combine, which is where all the college athletes get to show off their skills for all the NFL teams to draft them in the upcoming draft. One of the college athletes is University of Central Florida's Shaquem Griffin. Now, Shaquem Griffin is not your ordinary NFL linebacker. He is missing his left hand. So he comes in here and like people were wondering if he should have been even invited to the combine in the first place. But he gets invited. He goes in, and For his 40-yard dash, he runs a 4.38, which is the fastest 40-yard dash for a linebacker since 2003.
Wow.
Not only that, he goes to the reps for benching, and he has to use a prosthetic hand for it. He does 20 reps.
Dang.
I know. It's
How
pretty
much
crazy.
is bench press?
I don't know. But it's pretty incredible. I hope this guy gets drafted, because if he gets drafted, maybe even because that was an outstanding performance by him. He's definitely going to be an inspiration for a lot of upcoming people, showing that no matter no matter what's in your way, you can still do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's really incredible, and I congratulate him for an incredible performance, and a hope that he gets drafted into a team, because that would be awesome.
That'd be really cool.
Yes.
Yeah. And speaking of sports, we got the Atlanta United game.
You got the no.
Yeah, anyway. So we're moving on to music now. And Bruno Mars made $200 million on his last tour.
Do you want a mother?
And that's a lot of money.
That is
And I
a
don't know
lot
what
of money.
happened to it.
Did it go away?
Nobody really knows.
Nobody really
has
knows.
it somewhere.
He has it somewhere. He's probably
in a safe.
24 karat magic.
More like 100 carat.
100 carat magic. He's got to buy them gold plated carrots.
Yeah.
Taking things literally.
Yeah. But in the spirit of the Oscars, we have our set. Looks
got popcorn.
awesome. And then we look like this. So.
Yes, we've got tuxedos. We're very cordial, folks.
Very.
All right, well, let's get to the Oscars. And probably one of the biggest things coming in before the Oscars was 90th anniversary. It's been around for 90 years.
90 years.
Pretty crazy, I must say.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the big things I want to look at, because this was Jimmy Kimmel's second time hosting the Oscars. I wanted to see who had hosted it the most. That turned out to be Bob Hope, legendary actor Bob Hope. He hosted the Oscars 18 times.
That's crazy.
Now, this is probably back when the Oscars weren't that much of a big deal, and they couldn't really find probably that many people to host it. But this guy, legendary actor, he hosted it 18 times. That's really incredible. And I learned also that this guy lived to be 100, 1903 to 2003. Is really crazy. He did a lot, and I'm sure he lived a life well lived.
Mm-hmm.
So, another thing was, a lot of people were wondering if we were going to have another Best Picture fiasco like last year.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
Yeah.
I wasn't awake for that, but I was
really?
thinking Steve Harvey all over again, isn't it? It was pretty crazy. So
Yeah.
you got anything to add on the Oscars, my good friend?
Yeah, so Jodie Foster, as you know, she came out with Jennifer Lawrence on crutches, and
The text.
oh,
Hello.
she came out on crutches, and when they got to the microphone, Jennifer Lawrence asked her what was wrong, and she said, "Streep did it." And she gave me an "I, Tanya."
Well,
wow! She come up and kick you. I thought that was pretty funny. She was obviously joking, but the audience seemed to like that.
Ah, goodness. Oscars are always about making jokes.
Right.
Sometimes they're a little controversial, but it still
Sometimes.
gets a laugh.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk a bit about the big winners before we start going to our final bit. Of course, Shape of Water won Best Film. Yes, a lot of people were thinking it was going to be Three Billboards from Missouri. I didn't see that. I couldn't see really hardly any of the films, but it was definitely a big win. There was a guy, Doug Jones, who played the water creature, the crazy amphibian sea monster. He's done a lot of things, but you probably never recognize him because he's always in the most insane amount of makeup and prosthetic face stuff. He was in Hellboy. If any of you watched that movie, I've watched it because it's one of my dad's favorite movies.
I know what it is.
Yeah, he played the crazy sea monster there as well. Kind of familiar to what he just played.
Mm-hmm.
He's also done I can't really think. He did a crazy monster that had eyes on his hands. That's how people remember him. He went up like this and he had eyes on his hands. It was pretty crazy.
I somehow know what
You
you're
know
talking
that? Well,
about.
I mean, it's used in a lot of scary creatures kind of videos on YouTube. But along with that, the best actor was Gary Oldman, who played Winston Churchill in The Darkest Hour.
Gary's an old man.
Yeah, he is kind of a bit of an old man, but not that old. But like one of the cool things about Gary Oldman was that he played Zorg in my dad's favorite film, The Fifth Element, which starred Bruce Willis.
Cool.
Back in 1997. So yeah, that was a pretty long time ago. That was over 20 years ago that movie came out.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Shape of Water is Splash. It's a movie that came out in the 80s.
Smash.
Yeah. They're like the same movie. Because I know all the things
You
about
know
the 80s.
all the movies, don't ya?
Yeah.
Well, we
They're
had
literally the
Best
same
Actress.
movie, but okay.
Best Actress was France McDormand. Best Animated Feature was Coco. Best Original Song was Coco. A bunch of
Remember me?
sound mixing and sound effects went to Dunkirk, which was Darkest Hour and Dunkirk kind of focused on the same kind of area, World War II kind of place. World War I, World II. I don't know.
It was one of those.
I'm not doing
Wars.
research. One of them world wars.
It was.
It's not like it's important to differentiate.
It was just-
They're all no, not at all.
Yeah.
But I must say it was a great Oscars, and
Yeah.
somebody went home with a jet ski. Was it Mark?
It was.
It was a writer for one of the films.
Yeah.
Went
He
home with a
wasn't.
jet
He
ski.
wasn't. He wasn't an actor.
He wasn't an actor. He
But
won.
he
Yeah,
had
he was a
he had a
writer.
jet ski.
36-second speech.
Yeah.
Jimmy Kimmel inspired people to not say a lot. That's incredible.
Right.
All right, so let us wrap this episode up with saying what's going to be happening in the upcoming weeks. First,
In the
why don't you
upcoming
go
weeks.
ahead?
Yeah. So I'm going to be filming with Neil and V, and also Kate. And also KTD. I had a cough.
He had a tickle throat.
I had this little
Whole
thing on
thing
there.
was-
But yeah, Neil and V, which is directed by Brittany McWilliams and also written by Brittany McWilliams, and then KTD, which is directed and written by Kat.
Yes, I got my filming for KTD's coming up. I don't think it's next Saturday, but it's March 24th. That's when I'm filming.
March 24th. Yeah.
2 weeks.
And
2
then
weeks. I've got KTD coming up in 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Sync 'em up.
I'm also going to an Atlanta United game this weekend.
Woo!
I'm so excited. It's our
That's-
first home game.
That's crazy. Your first
So-
home game this season, or first home game ever?
First home game this season.
Okay, it's like
Yeah.
that'd be kind of long. You already had a season.
Yeah.
But
Their first game was in, I want to say Columbia for some reason. It was.
they had a game in Kennesaw, and it was insane because the stadium was really small, and like it was a mess. Traffic was a mess, folks.
Traffic was a mess.
Well, I of course have my prom. It's coming up this Saturday, and we're gonna be hanging out with some of my friends because
Cool.
it's at my homeschooling program. Some of my bros, we're gonna be having fun. There's gonna be a limo there.
A limo.
We're gonna have a limo, and the prom's being held at a place that used to be a mental asylum. Isn't that fun?
Wow. I didn't know that.
Hell yeah! And that's a banquet hall. Oh yeah, we got some.
Don't go insane.
Don't go insane.
Don't go insane.
And then, of course, I think we're gonna get some. I don't know if we'll get sleep. We might get sleep. You never know. We got Spring Forward coming up. So Spring Forward, we gotta add another hour to the clock, and it seems like it was just yesterday when we took that hour away.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty crazy. It is really crazy, but hopefully we'll get sleep.
I'm so excited because now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 o'clock now.
13 o'clock, but that's unlucky.
13.
It's unlucky.
No.
Unlucky.
No,
The
it
world
was
may
just
never
a joke,
know.
but
It's just a joke. Just
it
a
was
joke.
just a joke.
All right. Well, I think that's gonna wrap it up for this episode.
We look like sportscasters with
We do.
our
Hello, folks. This is the
Welcome back to eSports.
non-copyright sports network.
Yeah.
It's not like we care. We keep saying Coca-Cola and Pepsi
Coca-Cola,
every day.
Pepsi, Nike,
Adidas.
Adidas.
Okay, let's stop before it gets too crazy. All right, folks. Well, that's gonna be it. So that's what we thought.
Tell us what you think
in the comments.
In the comments down below. And go subscribe and go like all the things. Go and follow us on my Instagram. I'm desperate still. I only have 3 followers. My mommy, my daddy, and my sister.
Thank you for watching, folks. And we will see you all
next week.
Next week.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Peace for Prince, my dude.
Peace out.